Arsenal are moving fast in this transfer window as we could be in for the summer of our lives. Eberechi Eze deal is moving along swimmingly, and the more it gets done, the faster it gets done. Scratch anything I said prior about this being a later in the window deal if we don't get Rodrygo done. This seems to be the first attacking signing that we're going to get in, and it's happening quickly. We had Arteta and the team meet with Eze. No problems there. He's in. We're now meeting with the Crystal Palace people. It's a release clause, so it's really just a matter of, do we pay it in 3 installments? Do we pay it in 4 installments? Can we get it from 68 to 60? Can it be, a smaller one with a potential sell-on fee? Just those kind of little small details. And Eberechi Eze could legitimately be announced as an Arsenal player this week or by Monday. Would be my guess would be Monday we're going to find out that Eberechi Eze is an Arsenal player. It's just an unbelievable difference that we're seeing from Andrea Berta. And as we go down this list, every single way that we are attacking transfers is completely and utterly different than the way Arsenal have attacked transfers in the last 25 years. It's quick, it's to the point, but it's also not, we're going to get bent over a barrel and pay the full release clause immediately, or not, just out of hurry and rush and not having enough time to get things done, paying more than we should have. It's very well done, and it's very aggressive in the best possible ways. We're not going to wait on all these sales. These sales would be, we believe that we can sell these players, but we're not going to wait to get these deals done until we sell them and then leave ourselves with not enough assets to go into the season the way that we did last year, right? Like Reece Nelson would have never gone on loan had we not gotten in a right winger, right? If Berto was in charge last summer, there's no way he sends Reece Nelson on loan before we bring in backup to Saka and then end up with Sterling on deadline day. We are prioritizing the team right now, and the budget and the other things are coming secondary, and that also puts us in a better selling position because, Berta may just go through this window and be like, I'm not going to sell. And if we can show for one window that we're not going to sell for anything less than what the price that we deserve, then teams will have to pay up the way that they do for a Manchester City or a Chelsea when they sell their players. So great movement here on Eze, and even more exciting potentially is the fact that Rodrigo now has not played in 2 consecutive games. He has played just 22 minutes so far in the Club World Cup in 4 matches for Real Madrid, just 22 minutes. And that doesn't even include the fact that Matsu Stano, their newest signing from Argentina, isn't even with the squad yet, and he's a right winger. Rodrigo's time at Real Madrid is nearly guaranteed to be over. And Arsenal are also moving very quietly on this one in terms of the way that they're approaching Real Madrid. They're not going to go to Real Madrid and be like, this is our target, where we're going to sign him, and Madrid can just drive the numbers up. Arsenal are not going to pay the 90 million euros that Madrid believe they're going to get for Rodrigo. Arsenal think it's going to be more like 70 million euros. So it's going to look like potentially 60-ish for Eze, 70-ish for Rodrigo, 60-ish for a striker. And that's a huge window. That's 190 plus 10 for Norgard, that's 200, plus 20 for Moscera, that's 220, plus 5 for Kepa, that's 225, plus 50 for Zubimendi. You're looking at almost a 300 million euro transfer summer in terms of incoming signings. That's a big, big summer and what we needed. I was expecting that we'd spend 250, but 300, those extra couple of players, that means basically Mosquera, and Norgard, and Kepa, kind of throw those in as the extra ones. That's a massive, massive summer for us, and one that completely changes the way that we can rotate the squad throughout the Premier League and Champions League season so we don't end up in the positions we've ended up in the 3 last years where we've had players playing too many minutes and getting injured, right? Think about 3 years ago with Saliba, Partey 2 years ago, as well as some other players. The year we had no left back available. We're not going to have any of those things happen this year, and it looks like Rodrigo is going to make that move. I'd expect the Rodrigo one to really take its time. I wouldn't be surprised. I've kind of switched my thought process on this. Eze's going to come in. I assume a striker's going to come in. And then this Rodrigo thing may just drag its way out. I wouldn't be shocked if he's not with the squad in August yet. But I do believe we will get it done. And speaking of striker, the talks have really gone quite quiet. I mean, the Gyökeres rumors continue to circulate because his agent is just doing anything he can to get Gyökeres not only out of Sporting, but to Arsenal. But it's interesting to see the lack of reporting on Sesko over the last week. To me, that actually just shows that Arsenal are in the driving seat here, where it's like Leipzig need to sell. Sesko wants Arsenal. No one else seems to really be putting in the bid because they know Sesko wants Arsenal. And that price is just going to keep coming down and coming down. And I think we're going to get Sesko done for maybe 55 plus add-ons or 60 plus add-ons instead of 70 plus add-ons. that which is the same price as Gyökeres, and I'd much prefer Sesko. I think he just completely changes the way that we'd play, whereas Gyökeres, he's going to score some goals, but I'm not sure he adds much to the rest of our game. But it is weird to see how quiet it is. You do wonder if there's some sort of third party that's getting involved as far as the striker search goes, if Arsenal are interested in another player that we're not hearing, because it looks like Liverpool are going after Hugo Ekitike from Frankfurt, which makes sense. They can afford to spend $100 million. I mean, I don't know about the money in terms of their budgeting, but they can afford to spend $100 million on a player who may not come in and hit the ground running. They won the league last year. They score plenty of goals. They've got goal scorers. We can't do that. We need to bring someone in who is a little less raw than Ekitike and can score immediately. But I don't know, just reeks of maybe Arsenal are just waiting around for Isak for just another minute. Just one more minute to see if Isak maybe makes a push. So that's my thought. And if it's Isak, then it's probably just Isak and Eze and not Rodrigo, and I'm also fine with that. But we're just in such a good place where these are the options that we are really considering at this point in the attacking signings. And then defensively, Christhian Mosquera, who Valencia believe deserved 20 million euros for him. Arsenal bid 14 million. Now they're at 15 million. Arsenal, again, as I mentioned, we're not getting bent over a barrel and just giving what clubs want. Valencia have to sell. He won't sign a new contract. He's got 12 months left on his deal. Valencia need the money financially for FFP and whatever other reasons. La Liga has their own PSR version. So Arsenal are like, no, we're going to pay you $15 million and get this deal done. And I think it'll probably get done in the 15 to 17 range, maybe with add-ons totaling 20. But it's just very good negotiating for Berta because you set the precedent for other clubs when you negotiate that we're not just going to pay up. This is what we're going to pay. This is how we value the player. We can negotiate a way to make it fair, but we're not just going to give you what you want, which is the way that Edu kind of did a lot of his business, and we overpaid a lot for players. And at that time, it didn't seem like an overpay, or it didn't bother me as much because we hadn't spent in so long. But this is smart business by Andrea Berta, and he's just moving in a way that Arsenal fans are, every day it feels like we're getting happier and happier. So big news there. Thanks for watching Arsenal Report. Make sure to subscribe. We're doing daily videos on what's going on in the transfer world, transfer rumors, how they're going to fit into the squad, how we're going to budget them, potential sales, all the things Arsenal into the year. We'll be doing tactics, recaps on matches. Everything that you need is here at Arsenal Report. So make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.